said, what are you doing, Roy? He said, well, I'm an astronaut. I said, Roy, you lay astroturf, Roy. You've always laid astroturf. You always will lay astroturf because you're a thick bastard. He said, no, I gave that up, he said. He said, about 12 years ago, I joined this course. A specialised course specialising in the science and technology of space travel. There I got a degree. I went to America, joined the American Air Force and became a navigator. In 1990 I was approached by NASA and asked to join their space programme, which I did. I became a navigational space pilot to level 12, successfully manned 3 of their last space shuttle missions, and I've just bought myself a 2,000-acre ranch in a place called Two Creeks in Texas. So do you still think I'm a thick bastard? I said, yes I do, Roy, because Two Creeks is in Wyoming. Please yourselves. Have a drink. I like bay trees. I don't know why, I just like them. I planted all these bay trees around my patio area at home, okay? And I was asleep in my conservatory, so I hear, I turned around to big fucking Roy. He said, all right, Griff. I said, I fucking watched till you turned up, Roy. What do you want? He said, Griff, wake up, wake up. There's a wild animal in your garden eating your bay trees. I said, what sort of wild animal? He said, it's a giraffe. I said, it's a what? He said, it's a giraffe. I said, Roy, I know you're stupid, but are you also pissed? Because we live in Stoke Newington, in the east end of London, not the fucking Serengeti. How could that possibly be a giraffe? I said, let me explain, boy. I said, a giraffe's an enormous animal of immense height with a long, lengthy neck, giving it the advantage of being able to spot danger from a distance and then run away at speed. Also enabling it to reach leaves that are out of the reach of other grassland animals, therefore giving it a total monopoly of its principal food supply. That's not a fucking giraffe. He said, well, maybe it's a sand skink. I said, a sand skink? Stroll on. Listen, boy. I said, Roy, a sand skink spends most of its life living underground in burrows, using its flattened tail to propel itself through the sand. And they wouldn't be in my garden eating my bay trees because they prey on small mammals such as mice and eat the occasional bird egg. That's not a fucking sand skink. He said, well, maybe it's a gallarder. I said, a fucking gallarder? What would a fucking gallarder be doing around here? Because a gallarder is a small Ethiopian ground-dwelling primate that lives at altitude on flat, grassy plateaus close to rock edges and cliff faces. And they wouldn't be in my garden eating my babies because they eat berries. He said, well, maybe it's a yellow-backed tweaker. I said, why don't you fuck off? How is that a yellow-backed tweaker? It's way too big. But I do agree with you, Roy. The yellow-backed tweaker is by far the tallest of all the forest-dwelling tweakers. It's about 1 metre, 3.3 feet high. But they wouldn't be in my garden eating my bay trees because they live in the densest, darkest parts of the African rainforest and they feast on bamboo. That's not a fucking tweaker. But he said, I'm sorry, Griff, I don't know what it is. Do you? I said, Roy, I have not the vaguest idea. So he said, why don't you ask that bloke who lives next door? He looks like a farmer. I said, a farmer? How does he look like a fucking farmer? A farmer's a man of agriculture. He owns or rents a tract of land, devoted to the growing of crops or possibly cultivated for the rearing of livestock. He's not a farmer. He looks more like a freak. But I phoned him up anyway. I said, oi, you freak. I said, my name's Griff, I live next door, and I'm the King of Spain. I said, do me a favour, you freak. Take a look outside your bedroom window and see if you can enlighten me as to what that is in my garden. Because at first I thought it was a Patagonian hare, but they're too closely related to the guinea pig. And I thought it might be an Indian blackbuck, but their numbers have been terribly reduced in recent years by hunting. Then I thought it might be a Moroccan Dakar, but the climate around my patio area is far too harsh to ensure its survival. So I'm wondering, freak, can you help me out? And you know what the freak said? He said, Griff, have you no knowledge of wildlife? And I think I've just demonstrated that I have. The cheeky monkey. A monkey being a tree type. the tail. So I said, I'm sorry, freak, I don't know what that is. He said, that, my friend, is a deer. I said, a fucking deer? That's irregular. What's a fucking deer doing in my garden? He said, it's eating your bay trees. Now, I did ask the stupid question, didn't I? So I said, all right then, freak. How do I get rid of it? He said, well, you don't get rid of it. They leave when they want to leave. I said, I'm not having that. I'm going to fucking kill it. He said, you can't kill that, it's an endangered species. I said, too fucking right, it's endangered. It's in my fucking garden. But it turned out it wasn't a deer at all. It was a small spotted gannet, which is a cat-like creature. It's nice when they stay sleeping because they hunt through the hours of darkness. So what it was doing in my garden, eating my bay trees, I'll never know. There's no punchline for this fucking story. A bit like psychics. They're a mystery. Don't believe in psychics. People cannot read minds and people cannot see into the future. Believe me, I'm a fucking pikey. For example, Russell Grant. Do you know Russell Grant? Yeah. Russell Grant, that pint-sized, pasty-faced, perm-dead hobbit, Russell Grant, he can't see into the future. If Russell Grant could see into the future, he would realise the diet that he's on ain't fucking working. Don't believe a word Russell Grant says. He is a deceitful dwarf. He can't read into the future. All he can read is a restaurant fucking menu. That bastard. And what does a psychic buy at a psychic fair? A thought. I'll give you a thought for nothing. Fuck off! Fuck off with a power of mine, it don't work. Uri Geller, he's another one. Uri Geller was the chairman of Exeter Football Club. That season, with the power of the mind, they got fucking relegated. Now, the Oxford Dictionary term of a psychic is, and I quote, a paranormal phenomenon which lies outside the realms of everyday reality. Well, it should read, Uri Geller is a fucking wanker. Uri Geller is a fake, spoon-bending motherfucker. And if he came round to my house, dissing my cutlery, fucking about with my knives and forks, and could talk to the content of my cooking utensil cabinet, I'd kick his fucking head in. But I've got to say, he hasn't been round. So maybe he can read my mind. I was watching the TV the other night and I saw this advert. And this advert was the RSPCA. And in this advert, some evil, vicious, unfeeling bastard had got a tiny little baby kitten, placed it in a cardboard box and left it in an alleyway to die. And all you can hear on this advert is the little kitten's voice. And he's sobbing and he's saying, I want my mummy. I want my mummy. And I thought, what kind of person in their right mind is going to give away a talking fucking cat? I mean, let's be fair. It's a fucking cat that can't converse, for fuck's sake. A cat being a small domesticated home. Surely, the financial rewards of owning a feline with the power of speech must be endless. Living TV's most haunted would bend over backwards to get their hands on a talking fucking cat. I don't want to hear what that tarty Beck Fielding's got to say. I want to hear what a talking cat's got to say about it. And the talking cat's going to have credibility in the spirit world because the talking cat can die 9 times, come back to life, and then he can discuss what happened. Now that joke deserves a bigger fucking laugh. At least that's what a cat would say.